What's up, everyone? Howdy. We live? Now, do we get other people in here with us?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's the boys here. Well, not the boys. It's a boy, and then another boy's coming. Cheers, everyone. It's been one unbelievable day. What up,
Yeah,
man?
baby.
Long time no see.
Wait, is there an animal there?
Yeah.
What animal is that?
A little dog.
Which look, that's cute. Why? Why I didn't know.
Well, I don't have you, Paul. You dissed me, so I just have to cuddle with a little small creature.
You had to bring something. What's up?
You look like you're. Are you in jail?
Yeah, I'm in jail. That's why I couldn't make it to the Brothers Bond
Right.
studio.
All right. Well, I should get.
But you know they serve alcohol in jail, so they serve bourbon.
Tremendous amounts of it. Hey, look, bro. After a long week, dude. Look at this. Look at what we did to this bottle.
There's a few of those, huh?
What is up, everybody? It's Paul. It's so I get confused. Who's who?
He's
Ian.
slipping. He wants to be me. All right.
It's Ian and Paul, and we are here together. We are with you all on the Brothers Bond Instagram. We've never done this before, so it's super badass. So thanks for doing this. Wow, like I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to get on, but you know, what an amazing day we have had. Paul and I have been sitting literally right here since 7 o'clock this morning. Wow, just what you all have given us in regards to this brand, it's just been amazing.
And
Right, Paul?
Today's Bourbon Heritage. Well, this is Bourbon Heritage Month.
Yeah.
What a great way to kick it off, huh? With
with everybody. We had a press day. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. Go ahead.
No, keep going, man. We
had a press day today. Paul and I sat here. We got to talk to some unbelievable people and outlets, and you know, we got to release this huge press release 2 days ago now. We have officially shipped 50,000 cases in 4 months. Of that 50,000 cases, there's a tremendous amount of depletion, which means it's not that we ship the cases, that they're literally gone. And they're going into reorder, which means people have bought them or consumed them. We're just so stoked. We're so happy to be here with you. So thank you.
Yeah, and we appreciate you guys following us on Brothers Bond Bourbon, our Instagram page, and for wanting to be a part of this community. It's what we're doing here is we're bringing, what our hope is, our goal is to bring people together. It's really a movement to bring people together and form a sense of community, and then
where we are, we're doing it right now.
Doing it right now. We're doing it right.
Should we just get liquid to lips first and just toast everybody?
Yeah.
Here,
if you have Brothers Bond in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, this is hold on. This is it's actually ginger ale. Hold on. Not anymore.
Bunch of ice to mine.
All right, guys. So we have that, or we have our tasting glass. Oh yeah, we crushed this bottle. So this is to you all. This is to our team. This is to you all. This is to the bourbon community for welcoming us, and you have helped us build this company and make it what it is. Brother Paul, we are part of Bourbon Heritage Month, humbly and gratefully. learning about this every day has just been such a magnificent thing. So to everyone in the bourbon community and out there, thank you. Cheers to you all.
Cheers to you all, guys. Lots
Raise your
of love.
glasses. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, buddy. Clink.
Wow. It's very different when it's not just ginger. So I know that we have you know, listen, why do we do this? Why do we want to sit and hang out and talk to you all? Obviously, it's Bourbon Heritage Month. We want to kick that off properly and say thank you to the bourbon community and thank you to all for this. Our distribution partners, our retailers, big and small, our customers, our team, everyone. And take some questions. You know, we have some questions from you all. And just basically say, you know, for those of you who don't know us, I'm Ian, that's Paul. But obviously we played Vampire Brothers, and you know those boys bonded over bourbon on screen. Paul and I bonded over bourbon off screen. What a special time to be doing this. And, you know, we get asked the question all the time, why? Well, actually, let's go through the questions. Let's look at them. You know?
I have a question.
Tell me.
Are your baby blue eyes considered a lethal weapon in the state of California?
Yes, I have them insured. They are a lethal weapon.
Do you have a permit for them?
Yeah, Mel Gibson taught me how to, you know, to go through the whole lethal weapon thing. And
okay.
Yeah, and some old teachings of Bruce Lee, and I learned.
Great. Let's get to the fan questions.
I mean, we are each other's biggest fan, Paul.
Bourbon fan.
And people are leaving us now because we're just, you know, we're just talking about Mel Gibson and Bruce
Can you
Lee.
blame?
I don't blame them. But what's so awesome about this is the questions that we got from the audience are one of them from what is your favorite thing about working together? Paul? I mean, It's been so long. We don't even think, we finish each other's sentences, and it's actually been really strategic, like really incredibly structurally, because we've known each other for so long. We work so well. You go first, dude. You were number 2 on the call sheet. I was number 3, so you go first, even though I'm older.
I would say the best thing about working together is the fact that you and I are actually, even though we agree on virtually everything, we actually are very different people. And I was talking about this today in one of the interviews. We are polar opposites in so many ways, but yet we complement one another. You know, I am glass half empty. Ian is glass. I think everything is going to fall apart. Ian thinks everything's going great. And it's really nice because sometimes I need that positivity, and sometimes he needs the reality check. And I think that if we were too similar, we probably wouldn't gel well. But the fact that we are so different actually allows us to, you know, really, I think it enhances the way this bourbon was created in our friendship.
Yeah, 100%. And by the way, you know, the cool thing about it is, and this is something we were talking about all morning, was, you know, in business, obviously, well, first of all, like Paul said, we love working together. And we've now done it for so many years that we bypass a lot of the stuff that you typically would go through in a professional environment, because Paul and I were not forced, but we had to be such a team for so long that we bypass a bunch of the kind of the bullshit, meaning, of course, you have to be respectful of everyone's perspective, right? And thoughts and stuff. But like, if I have an idea that I tell Paul about an idea, and he literally will look at me sometimes and go, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then I'll think about it, and I'll go, oh, you know what, shit, you're right. That's not going to work. But most people, you can't say that sort of stuff to people because it's super incendiary. And Paul and I just cut through it.
Cut through the BS.
Cut through the cheese, Paul.
Oh, you got one too, huh?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
So what's the next question?
The next one is, How did
By
you
the
come
way,
up
guys, I just wanted to say I two things I want to really quickly note. Number one, I'm reading all your comments, so thank you. Number two, we just hit 1.6 million followers on Instagram on Brothers Bond Bourbon.
Yes. Brothers Bond Bourbon is the most followed alcohol brand in the world globally on Instagram. And that is so fun, right? Like, this is a special place for content for you and for our company. Like, this is our baby, right? So thank you. Yeah, that is amazing. So thank you. The next question, dog, I just said, so how did we come up with the name Brothers Bond Bourbon? It's really funny. We have been, so obviously, mind you, this is 10 years in the making, right? Like, we've been talking about doing this bourbon for literally 10 years. And we were trying to come up with a name. And finally, we had a meeting, and we had ideas, but we had a meeting, our first major pitch meeting, which the company will go unnamed, but I will tell you, it is literally one of the largest retailers on the face of the planet, literally. And Vincent Hanna, our CEO, called us and said, listen, guys, I get you're taking a long time with the name. It makes sense. I dig it. But here's the reality. On Monday morning, which is in 3 days, you have a meeting with one of the biggest retailers on the face of the planet, and this will change the trajectory of your company. We need a name. And so Paul and I are firing like 1,000 of these names. And again, he was making fun of me. He was like, that's the dumbest name I've ever heard. And I was like, you're right. That would not be.
What was one of the names you came up with?
Remember the one I was like,
Brothers Supreme.
Supreme.
Guys,
Brothers Supreme.
Brothers Bond was called Brothers Supreme Bourbon.
Paul almost spit in my face when I came up with that name. Yeah, it was pretty funny. But then we came up, the idea obviously was always bringing people together. We we were just firing off these names. And then I don't remember who said it. It was like, Brothers Eternal, Brothers Supreme, Brothers Classic, Brother this, Brother that. And I don't remember who it was. I guess it was you. Like, what about Brothers Bond? And we went.
It was me.
Yes!
And your reaction, you're like, I think you said something sarcastic. You were like, actually, you're like, you finally had a good idea, Paul.
That's right. That's right. I was like, finally, you had a great idea, Paul. Yeah. Finally.
For once, you said something that's not stupid. But yeah, we were firing them off.
Oh my gosh, the chain of messages was insane. But it was really special. And by the way, Brothers Bond, that is not only the ethos, but like that's the bond, right? These boys bonded. When you're drinking this, you bond. And
so many meanings. There's so much subtext to Brothers Bond. It's a nod to our characters. It's a nod to us. It's a nod to the sense of bonding when you're sharing a spirit with someone, a bourbon in particular. It's like, there's so much. That's why the minute you and I came up with it, we knew immediately that was the one.
Yeah, 100%. So next question is, do you guys think you'll make other formulas of bourbon in the future? 100%. We have line extensions. We have an 8-year-old program, 8-year bourbon, 1 year in the barrel for every year on screen together, which is really special. Paul, we have cask strength.
Yeah, we're doing bottled and bond. We're exploring a rye. I mean, there's so many iterations, and yeah, it's going to continue to expand.
But it will always have the same DNA. Like, this is our flagship. We are so in love with this blend, and so everything, even as we go out and do other things, will always come back to this taste, right? In variations, which we're really excited about. So check this out. What is your biggest memory? What is your best memory together? Holy shit, man! There's been so many memories.
Remember when we were? I had mentioned this. I think I did it on a Sirius XM podcast. You remember when we were on chilling out in that garden in that like medieval castle.
Oh. In Birmingham.
Yeah.
We had a bottle of bourbon. We had Cuban cigars. And it was just like a brother's date. It was just Paul and I.
It was a brother's.
It was a brother's bond. We went to that badass restaurant in the British countryside. So amazing. And then we went back to this old 13th century castle, and we're on like walking through these gardens, and it's super misty, really like gorgeous, and we're just bonding, man, drinking bourbon, smoking cigars, and just talking about like life and love and our show and art. And it was just this like unbelievable sort of ethereal, like mystical moment. And also too, you know, it's like Henry VIII was walking around there having conversations with people, and you know, it just goes way, way, way back. That was a really special one, man. That was really special. That restaurant is called The Cock.
That's right. That's right. Which is Rooster.
Sick ass restaurant. Yeah, that was amazing.
That's right.
Yeah, I love that memory, bro. The rest of all the other memories I have with Paul were shit. That one was amazing.
We've had so many.
Yeah.
So
How did you guys know that you were perfect for each other as partners?
well, Warner Brothers told us we were.
Yeah, they made us. Actually, when we first met, getting at that fitting for our fangs, which I'm sure people are so tired of hearing about, but like, for those of you who don't know it, when we met to get our fangs fitted, you get these acrylic fangs that are super sharp and kind of dangerous when I would bite into people. But Paul was like, "Yeah, what's up, man?" He went to shake my hand. I just grabbed him and I hugged him, and I thought, man, this is the dude I'm going to spend like the next 5 years of my life with. Cut to 12 years later. 12 years.
I definitely, like, I remember when I wanted to audition for the role of Damon, or forgive me, I auditioned for the role of Damon, and they were like, "You're not right for the part." I was like, "All right." And I was like, "What about Stefan?" And they were like, "No, you're too old." And then and then I was like, "Oh, bummer." And I forgot about the show. And then a month goes by and I get a call and they're like, "Oh, they cast this guy, Ian Somerhalder from Lost. And they think maybe you could play his brother because he's older than you, his younger brother." So I went and Googled and I looked at, and I was like, you know, I think I could be his brother actually. And that's it. The rest was history. The rest was history.
By the way, dude, you aced your shit. I failed my first, well, I got past the studio test.
That's
and then, you know, I gave Peter Roth and everybody a hug and went home. I was so stoked and so jazzed. But you have, you know, for any of you who have never, or like getting a television show, the process is brutal. I mean, it sucks. It's stressful. And so you go and you do a series of work sessions and tests and stuff. And then on the final testing process, you go to the studio, which is Warner Brothers. And then if you pass the studio, I mean, if they all say yes, then you go to the network, which is the CW. And then you've got to pass that test. Well, I went to the network and I blew it. And you walk in and it's like this small theater, but like stadium seating, and people are texting because they're all like, it's like the 8th test they've had to be in that day during college season, and they're texting their assistants, and you know, your sound only goes about 4 feet from you, and whatever, man. I'm not making excuses, but I don't know if I had like too much B12. You know, I gave myself like a B12 shot. I had like 2 cups of coffee, and I think I was just sort of jittery. And I blew it. And after the first take, Kevin Williamson, he goes, "Excuse me, everybody, we'll be right back." And he takes me outside the room, the door closed, and he goes, "Well, that sucked." And it's like, I know, man. And he goes, "Dude, just do what you did in the studio test. Just own it. This is your world." And And man, I almost didn't get the show. I had to go back and retest, remember?
Dude, I read for it. I'm not exaggerating. You can ask Julie and Kevin. I think I read for it like 15 times. It's not like I just did the studio test, then the network test, and that was it. I actually didn't do a network test. It was just the studio. They sent my tape. But anyway, I literally, they couldn't make up their mind. They kept having me go in over and over and over and over. Dude, it was nuts. It was such psychological warfare. I didn't leave till like 10 p.m. that night. I think I got there at noon and I left at 10 p.m. There was like 14 other guys testing. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. I lost like 5 pounds that week. I waited and waited and waited. When I had to go retest, I get a call from my manager the night before. My manager called and said, "Listen, Obama is in town tomorrow, so everything is like shut off. So you've got to get to the studio or to the network really, really, really early." And of course, I couldn't like sleep and stuff. And I have this thing where. And it's happened, fortunately, I've booked every show I've ever done this with. At night before a test, I sleep with my sides under my pillow. And I was restless, and I kept moving. And every time I would move, I would hear my sides go like, and then I'd get up and I'd read them. But I got there early enough, and man, those are wild memories. It's 2009, bro. Crazy. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to. We get super nostalgic, and let me get the last question.
Last question.
That was the last question.
That was the last question. All right. Well, it was a good one.
I mean, listen, I know we kept you all a lot longer than you wanted to be here, and I'm just like everybody else. I have the attention span of a mosquito, so so much media and stuff, so much stuff going through our minds, or through our spheres. But we just really thank you for having a toast with us. Thank you for being a part of Brothers Bond and building this with us. We love you. We appreciate you. To our team, to our distribution partners, to our retailers, again, both small and huge, and to you, the customers, the people who are taking this home to drink it. Paul and I appreciate you. We salute you. And we thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you all.
Happy Bourbon Heritage Month. Thank you for making Brothers Bond break records and blow our minds. We're going to work even harder to bring you uncompromising quality. Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, brother. Love you, man.
Love you
See
too.
you later in like 20 minutes.
All right.
Bye, bud. Bye, everyone. We love you.